to explain what I'm seeing on Nextdoor with a screen recording. So first off, when I just go to the news feed, this is what I see. I have it set up so the most recent posts come to the top, and as you can see, most of it's like, I'm looking for babysitters. I have these things for sale or for free. Looking for pets. This person joined Congress Park, etc. But some of the things that I want to mention, in particular, that we can see, is that my account is currently in read-only mode. This happens because individuals get posts removed. And once you get so many posts removed, this happens. Support just has a trigger built in to put you in read-only status. Well, your account or those posts get put into that status by the leads in your neighborhood. Well, these are the leads in my neighborhood. So one lead is Dina, then we have Eleni, Jacqueline, Jeff, and Mary Lou. Those are the current leads. There's a lot of history going around this, but if I search for volunteer leads, it takes me back to when I actually made a post back early November. That we needed additional leads in the neighborhood, and I was kind of asking around. This is one of those two posts. At the time, we only had one lead, and his name was Larry. Now we have 5 new leads, and look, you can see that this discussion was closed. Well, I didn't do this. One of our leads did. Okay, that's thing 1. Now, thing 2. Let's jump to Alexandra Foster. Alexandra Foster is the communications person for the city of Denver. So if I click either one of these, let's just start here because this was the first one. So when the city makes a post, they're considered an agency. So different people can become agencies, or different groups can become agencies. So Public Works is also an agency. They'll make posts about road closures, things like that. So this is what Alexandra Foster posted. Pretty matter of fact. Talks about how many comments there were already on the plan, how to comment on it, and then just some additional information like RNOs or other groups. Contact Scott Robinson if you are going to miss the deadline, whatever. But here's some of the things I want to just show. Is just who comments, how they comment, what their comments look like. So what I did, I tagged Alexandra Foster, said thank you, and then I shared this group, which we'll get to in a moment. Well, then immediately after, Eleni chimes in with her question. And here's my just very matter of fact, I tag her, inform her that they can't see our reply unless we tag them. And then I show how they could see the comments. And as we go on, just every step of the way, Jeff and Eleni disagree with me every chance they can. But here's my concern about their disagreements is as we get further down into the thread here, what some of their questions kind of mean. So they start talking about displacement, which is fine, that's a reasonable concern. But you can see that they just keep asking her over and over and over again to answer all these questions. It gets a little, I think, ridiculous, but that's just me. And then Chris Russo chimes in. Most of his comments are pretty level-headed. You can see it just goes on and on and on. Now, there were some comments removed. There was another person on here, I believe, but they start sharing to join this other group. And I think it was actually removed from here because it was edited, but maybe I'm remembering wrong. So then that's when I start just, again, like I thought they could only join if they lived in Congress Park because that's how the group was set up. And I even shared a screenshot with them to show them kind of what I meant. Like, you can only join if it says just Congress Park. Anyone living in this area can join. That's what it says. But again, they go on and keep directing people. Eleni directs them to join. This link takes people to Congress Park United. So I'll open that up. And then here's where I suggest them within their group to thank or reply to this thread, because the way Nextdoor works, when somebody comments, it goes to the top of the thread. The more comments, the more thanks, it just keeps getting promoted to the top so more people see it. But that's kind of like where we had some of our disagreements, is that I really truly think that they don't want people to comment. They don't want people to get accurate information because they want to continue to spread their own narrative, which, yes, everybody has a right to do that. My concern is there's not enough of the other side of that narrative on this platform with correct information. And that's what I'm trying to advocate for. So here's where I share Councilman Hines' Facebook post, and also how to get to the District 10 website. And then here's Jeff arguing with me again. Great, neat, wonderful. Here they are advocating for Congress Park United again. And then this is Chris. He's another person that is still trying to join people into Congress Park United. And then this is when I start pointing out that, hey, look, if I comment in Congress Park United, my posts get removed. And that's my other concern, that when I try to share accurate information with that group of people, because the moderator is Jeff Harbaugh, he can remove anything that gets posted at will from that group. So here's what I posted. So it's just a suggestion. So here I am suggesting that we promote the post that I was just reading through. And also here's the Denver CPD tweet. Also then I had a screenshot here of the email I got from the city saying that we could forward this to our contacts with CM Hines' cheat sheet. Okay, so these are all suggestions of like how we can promote the East Central Area Plan to just the community. And notice I don't put anything in here. No pros of the plan, no cons of the plan. Let's just share it, people. Okay, so I did all that, and still it kind of goes back and forth here. Here's where they chime in about trying to saying that I'm over posted or what, like it's just. So here's now Chris saying like, oh, are you affiliated with the city? There was a whole smear campaign before this about saying that I was somehow a developer, etc. And I don't think at any point any of my comments are disrespectful. And here Jeff goes talking about comments getting voted down, even though comments can also be voted up. And then here, again, Ellie's talking to this individual, Alexander Foster, but then asking her to respond to a question. But she's primarily just, I understand her as just being communication, so she's not going to necessarily know the answer to this anyway. And there were several comments, so Mr. Johnson here got into it with, I think it was Chris Pasternak, and there were a few things removed. So that's this piece. So I will stop there for this recording and start again.